Project Hail Mary, based upon the novel by Andy Weir, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, starring Ryan Gosling as a science teacher who must save Earth from a sun-dimming microorganism with the help of an alien named Rocky.
Try this.
I am Rocky. I like.
Hey there, whoa there, it's Roke here. I went into this movie completely blind. All I knew was Ryan Gosling saves the world. There are people hailing this film as a masterpiece. Do I agree? Let's start with the positives. I think this film has a very interesting premise. A microorganism is killing the sun. That's fun. I love a good survival story, fighting to save the world. Humanity is in Ryan Gosling's hands. That's fun. This movie really hooked me from the opening scene. Ryan Gosling actually kind of looks like Jesus in the opening scene. The thought of being alone in space is absolutely terrifying, and I think Ryan Gosling gave a really good performance here. I was rooting for his character, Grace. This is a very likable, charismatic character. Ryan Gosling has great comedic timing. Every joke landed, and there were a few lines of dialogue which I'm not sure if they were supposed to be funny, but Ryan Gosling's delivery made it funny. Despite the heavy subject matter, this movie does have hope, and it does feel lighthearted. This movie is beautiful, especially the scenes in space. Visually stunning. It's definitely a thinking man's movie. There is a lot of science and technology in this movie, which I thought was a breath of fresh air. I actually really enjoyed that aspect. I really liked the unfolding mystery. Grace has amnesia and has to figure out what his mission is. As I mentioned, I went into this movie completely blind, so it was fun to go on that journey of discovery with Grace. It was a very interesting, unfolding mystery with flashbacks sprinkled in between. I really like what we learn about Grace during those flashbacks because it makes this character feel more real, more grounded. It also added another layer to the mystery, like how did this guy end up in space on a mission to save the world? Grace does eventually make contact. He befriends an alien. Rocky is an adorable, highly intelligent alien, and I really enjoyed the chemistry between Rocky and Grace. It definitely gave the film some emotional weight and raised the stakes a bit. The bond between Rocky and Grace is the heart of this movie. It makes you laugh and cry. I thought that they had great chemistry together.
I will not let Grace die.
Rocky is integral to the story, and now that I'm thinking about it, the mission might have been a failure without Rocky. He definitely is an important character. And my final positive is going to be the ending of the movie. No spoilers, but I really like what they did there at the end. It's almost like a twist because I thought I knew where the film was going and then just out of nowhere, a curveball. So I really like the ending. They really go for it. And now let's jump into the negatives.
I think this is a one-way trip for me.
I needed this movie to have a more serious tone. I did enjoy the lightheartedness for the first half of the movie, but at some point, it needed to be more grounded, more serious. This is a heavy subject matter, and I didn't feel the weight of it. I have not read the book, and I went into this movie blind, so I didn't realize how family friendly it was going to be. I felt like the movie didn't focus on the threat enough, especially in the second half of the movie. Eventually, it just feels like two bros hanging out in space, an alien and a human having a good time. There's just not enough tension. The stakes do not feel high, except for one scene involving Rocky. Besides that one scene, the second half of the movie really doesn't have any weight behind the threat. It almost feels like a MacGuffin towards the last half of the film. The second half of the film, plotline A is definitely the relationship between Grace and Rocky, and plotline B is the son dying. I also felt like there was too many flashback scenes. In the first half of the movie, I think the flashback scenes make for effective storytelling. It was a fun, creative decision, but in the second half of the movie, it just feels like it's dragging. I wish they would have gotten the flashback scenes out of the way earlier on in the film, and perhaps the second half of the film could have had, instead of flashbacks, just showing us what's happening on Earth. I think that would have helped make the threat feel more real as well. And my final negative is going to be the runtime. During the third act, the movie was really dragging for me. I was even getting a little bit sleepy. I really just wanted the movie to be over. But as I mentioned, I did like the ending, so the creative decision they made did help me wake up. But yeah, it was dragging for me, that third act. Actually, this review is dragging for me as well, and I'm starting to feel sleepy. So let me go ahead and wrap it up. Overall, I thought that Project Hail Mary had a very interesting premise. Ryan Gosling gives a great performance here. I really enjoyed the chemistry between Grace and Rocky. The space scenes are just absolutely beautiful, but it's not really my cup of tea. It's just too lighthearted given the subject matter. The stakes don't feel high, and the threat doesn't really feel like a threat after a while. Do I agree that it's a masterpiece? No. For my taste, a space masterpiece is something more like Interstellar or the original Alien. There were some good moments throughout Project Hail Mary, but I'll never watch this movie again. It's a one and done for me. I am going to give Project Hail Mary a Rogue Reviews 6.5 out of 10. Join my Rogues Gallery by clicking the subscribe button. Become a member now for exclusive perks. Give this video a like and leave a comment down below to show your support. And follow me on Instagram at Alexis Has Gone Rogue.